Hey everybody, welcome to another great session at MBA Broker Consultants. Woohoo! Who is excited about joining us on another Wealthy Winning Wednesday? Today we have a great session lined up for you with awesome material. We're going to boost our business, skyrocket it this year, and we have some fun books we're going to be sharing with you as well. Some great resources and a fabulous worksheet. All of this to get you to maximize your profits this year. Who is ready to join us? Awesome. Looks like we already have some attendees checking in. So let's find out where you're from. All right, welcome. Where are you joining us from? Okay, so please let us know where you're from. And while we're waiting for everybody to check in, I'll just go ahead and share with you some of the awesome resources that we use to create today's session. Well, I guess I'll start here. Okay, this is a book by David Newman called Do It Marketing. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. 77 instant action ideas to boost sales, maximize profits, and crush your competition. Now, back in the day, we had guerrilla marketing. I think this is sort of like the guerrilla marketing with a whole bunch of steps in it, but really great, awesome resource. Okay, look, we have Tom and Alyssa from Denver. Hey, Tom, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We have Michaela from St. Paul, Minnesota. Welcome, Minnesota. Okay, where's my California peeps? I know we have California checking in, Texas, Florida, New York. So be sure and just let us know where you're joining from, everybody. Here's another great book that I have, and I just started reading it, but so far I do love it. It's called 80/20 Sales and Marketing, the definitive guide to working less and making more. And this is really designed for the small business owner. So it's perfect for us. It's not too big to read or anything. Oh, Shukita, hey, welcome from Tennessee. Awesome. And Linda Maxwell from Boston. Woohoo, East Coast represented today. Okay, here's another great book, Digital Marketing, Communicating, Selling, and Connecting. And as we know, so much of our marketing now is done on the internet, social media, website, all that type of lead generation. So this really addresses our current needs of digital marketing. And okay, this book is kind of a big book. I want to take my little flap out because it's kind of sticking out. But this book is called The CEO's Guide to Marketing. And let's see if we can get a better shot there. I know it's hard with the lights. It sort of reflects on the cover, but there you go. The book every marketer should read before their boss does. Now, I know a lot of us weren't marketing majors in college, or if we took business classes, we might have taken one course about marketing a long time ago. But there are some basic principles that every marketer knows. And this book really addresses those. So I would call this the textbook on steroids because it's a lot more information than the smaller books. It's very thorough, comprehensive, and deals with those day-to-day principles. But yeah, it's not overwhelming. It's a fun read. I'll just show you a couple of the pages here. You can see the nice big font, a lot of white space, and some fun little pictures, illustrations. So it's a really easy read. It's fun. It's very organized. You can see some of the illustrations of how to put your marketing plan together right there. Okay, everybody's checking in. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to share the activity with you right now. So we do have activity 10 worksheet for the master class. All right, I just clicked share file. If everybody could let me know, please, that you can see that file and you're able to download it. So we'll know we're on the right track and we can keep going here. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and open my slide presentation. Okay, did everybody, were you able to download that? Okay, got it. Okay, perfect. Great job. You know it's working. Okay, got it. All right, thanks, Linda, Michaela, Shakita. Okay, everybody, wonderful. Well, it looks like we have 12 people on so far, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I know more will be joining us as we go along here. Today, we're going to learn how to scale up your business, blueprints to build your empire profitably from MBA broker consultants, build on that solid, strong foundation to keep your business continuing on for many years in the future. And today we're on step 10, which is marketing and sales. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us today. As you know, our session focuses on Fortune 500 concepts that you would learn in business school without that expensive MBA price tag. That MBA degree is a ticket to freedom for many of us, but unfortunately it comes at a very high cost of not just money, but time and energy. So today I'm going to just distill down for you the most important things you need to know about marketing. And we're going to do it in 1 hour. All right, who's with me today? Here at MBA Broker Consultants, we don't just play the game, we change it. So today's session is the 10th of 12 steps. You will have an activity workbook, which I'm already sharing with you right now. I hope you're able to download it. Also, bonus resources and some downloads, and we'll see those more as we're going along. But first, we have a quote from our real estate friend, Grant Cardone, and he says, if nobody hates what you're doing, nobody knows what you're doing, right? And that's so true, is the minute we put ourselves out there, we're going to have critics, we're going to have competitors, and people who try to discredit us, and that's okay. It lets us know that our message is getting out there. Our audience is hearing our message loud and clear, because if they didn't hear our message, then the critics wouldn't hear it either, right? So in order for our audience to get our message, we do have to put ourselves out there. It is a little bit of a risk, but we have to know and have some faith that what we're doing is right, and just know that it's part of the game to have competitors and people who criticize you. So yes, there will be haters. Thank you, haters, for inspiring us to keep going strong. All right, on the activity worksheet, it's quite lengthy today. And here are the things you're going to see on the activity worksheet. On page 1 is 4 types of marketing that we're going to go over. Page 2 is a place for you to make a list of potential partners or affiliates who are your personal sales team. On page 3 and 4 is the message discovery form, and we'll be going over that a little more in detail as well. Page 5 is the dynamic conclusion and call to action and customer testimonials for your message. Page 6 is your niche marketing message, along with a little sample calendar schedule. And the last page is your keyword research, along with tagline and your mantra. Okay, so everybody got the activity worksheet, hopefully, and is taking a look at that, and you're ready to go for step 10, marketing and sales. We're going to learn how to calculate sales and profitability like the big guys. Now, a lot of times when people hear marketing in real estate, what they think of is putting a for sale sign in front of a house or posting on the MLS and then, finding your ad on a third-party website and putting it on social media. And that's a very limited view of marketing. It does encompass that, but that's only part of the big picture. A lot of marketing, especially when you're dealing with it on a high level and, at Fortune 500 companies, their marketing involves a lot of number crunching, a lot of measuring metrics, a lot of sales projections and measuring their sales and all those types of things. So we're going to talk about that as well as the things that we already know about marketing, and we're going to expand on that too. So who's ready to get started? Woohoo! Okay, so our topics today are why should you market? We're going to go over the things we learn in business school: product mix, marketing mix, promotional mix, and then we'll learn how to craft a message that hones in on our specific audience and attracts the types of clients that we want to have. And then we'll measure those metrics, find out how our ads are doing, how we can improve it. And last, I have something really special, which is I'm going to show you how to build automatic funnels for your online reach and generate leads with social media ads. And that section is compliments of Lab Coat agents. I'm going to share their secret success stories with you today too. But first, we have a poll. Our poll is, what percent of your revenue do you spend on marketing? Now, because this is a poll, we only have 3 answers, and you may not fit into any of these answers, which is okay. So just pick the one that most applies to you the closest. So our question is, what percent of your revenue do you spend on marketing? Answer A is 30%, as we provide leads to our agents. And answer B is 10 to 15% to recruit new agents. And answer C is none. Each agent does their own marketing. All right, we have some poll responses coming in so far. It looks like A, B, and C have all been chosen. So that's awesome. Okay, some more answers. Okay, A is 30% of our revenue we spend on marketing because we do provide leads to our agents. Of course, we hope to recapture that, right, when at the transaction sale. B is 10 to 15%, and we use that to recruit new agents. Or C is none, we don't spend anything on marketing. Each agent does their own. Okay, we'll give you a couple more moments here. Any more answers coming in? All right, we got a couple more answers. Great. Well, it looks like we have a tie between A and C. We're going to go ahead and end the poll now. Great job, everybody. These are just something to think about and consider as we go through our session today. So, why should you market, and who are you marketing to, I guess, is one of the questions we would ask. And if you remember from a previous session, we talked about who our customers are. Now, when we were real estate agents, our customers were buyers and sellers. But now that we've stepped into the role of brokerage owner, our primary customers are our agents. We're recruiting agents, we're retaining agents. Those are our customers. But we do have a secondary market, and our secondary market is those buyers and sellers, right? So marketing is important for the listing presentations. Now, as a brokerage owner, you may not be actively involved in obtaining buyers and sellers. You may have stepped back into a more managerial or entrepreneurial role, which is great, but your agents still need a little help, right? So they need some tools and a system to be able to do listing presentations. So it'd be great to have one that the whole brokerage can use. We talked about that a little bit last week with our branding session, and I introduced you to Maxa Designs, which is an online suite or a portal where your agents can go in and you have templates available to them, and they can just add their name, add a couple photos, and there you go. It's ready to print out. Also, buyer presentation. Now, we talk a lot about listing presentations. The buyer presentation is just as important. And then we have agent recruitment presentations. So those are your primary customers who are going to go out and get your secondary customers, your buyers and sellers, right? When we talk about sales, sales is nothing more than meeting needs of customers and solving their problems with the solutions we offer. And if you're a good listener, you can increase your sales exponentially. Okay. And Linda Maxwell says, lots of help. All right, cool. So if you look at your worksheet there, you're going to see 4 types of brokerage marketing. The first one is marketing to the public, and that's branding. We covered that last week in session 9. And when you go to, for example, the ballpark and you watch a baseball game and you look across the field and there's all the banners that are, basically lined up across the infield. Those banners are branding the company, because we know they're not there to get sales on the spot, but they're creating a future value for the company and reminding consumers and keeping at the forefront of their purchasing with that branding. So that's one important part, is the branding. The second type of marketing brokerages do is to recruit agents. And those are our primary clients. So we want to recruit those agents, bring them into the company. Number 3 is retain our agents. Now, a lot of brokerages neglect to market to their current agents. They think, oh, they're already agents with our company. They know what we do. We don't need to communicate with them and let them know of all the benefits we offer. But, as humans, we often forget, and we need to be reminded. And how many times have you had an agent that, left your brokerage, went to another brokerage because of the benefits they got over there, which if they would have just asked you, you already offer them, or you could offer them. So retaining our agents is another type of marketing tool that we often forget about, but it's very, very easy to put that on an autopilot system, send them weekly emails with updates and things like that. And the 4th type of marketing is to buyers and sellers. Those are our secondary clients, with the caveat of knowing that as brokerage owners, the buyers and sellers don't come directly to us. They go to our agents. So if we're spending our money to market to buyers and sellers and secure those types of clients, and then we match them up with one of our agents, we need to make sure we recoup the cost of marketing by, charging the agents a higher fee or whatever we do to get that. Okay, everybody good? Oh, personas. Yes, last week we touched on this a little bit. I didn't explain it a lot. So let me go back over it a little more here. But what you want to do is you want to have 3 personas or avatars or, people, fictitious people that represent 3 of your most popular demographics. So as an agent, as a brokerage, you may say to yourself, okay, the agents that we're trying to attract, they're usually in this certain age range. They live in this zip code. Their income level is XYZ. Their educational level is XYZ. They've been in business as a licensed agent for X number of years. And this is what their needs are. And for us to attract this type of agent, here's what we would have to offer to them. And then you might have another persona. Here's a newbie agent, just graduated or graduating from real estate school. They have no knowledge. They live in this particular zip code, and here's what their needs are, here's what they want, and here's how we're going to try to reach them. So by having a particular persona of a person that you create, and you give that fictitious person a name, an identity, a picture, it helps you remember and keep in mind when you're marketing who that client is that you are trying to reach. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. If not, let me know. But it's a really important tool and concept that we use in marketing to make sure we're on track and we're not just blindly, marketing to anybody and everybody, but marketing with intentionality and purpose to the specific people that we want to attract to our brokerage. And of course, we can do the same thing with buyers and sellers, but agents are primary customers. I would start there. That's most important. Now, who's ready for some good old-fashioned business school training? So we have product mixes, marketing mixes, and my favorite, promotional mixes. And if you went to business school, you probably remember some of these concepts, but we'll just review them again today. Our product mix consists of the types of products or services that we offer to our primary or secondary clients. Now, in this particular graph here or illustration, we have 3 different product lines that we're offering. So the first is consumer products. The second is investor products, and the third is corporate products. So let me just review. And by the way, your brokerage services don't have to be broken down like this, but this helps make it easy to understand which market you're targeting by breaking down your product mix into these categories. Okay, so for consumer products, those are the residential buyers and sellers. What services do we offer them? Well, we offer residential sales. We offer new home sales. You know why? Because we've partnered with some new home developers to be able to offer that. Maybe we offer appraisals, mortgage lending, either through somebody in our brokerage or an affiliate company or a subsidiary company. Maybe we offer escrow and title services, or we offer that as an affiliate, or we have it in-house. Okay, so those are consumer products. That's one market that you're going to be targeting. The next is your investor products. Now, I love investors. I think that's probably my favorite product line. I love working with investors. They have their own unique needs. But what I like best about investors is they provide me with business over and over again that sustains our brokerage for the long term, right? Not just once, but they're serial buyers and sellers. They're buying and selling over and over again. Whereas with the residential, the consumer products, you close a transaction and then they don't buy again for another 7 years. So with investors, they're buying over and over again. As a matter of fact, that is their livelihood, to buy and sell houses, to own them and rent them out. And that could be a huge stable area for your brokerage. So let's go over what are the investor products. We have residential property management, commercial sales, commercial leasing, commercial asset management. And with those, you'll probably want to learn how to do 1031 exchanges, offer property management through your company, and those types of things. If anybody has any other ideas of products, you can go ahead and type them into the chat there. We'd love to see what other ideas you have. And then lastly, we have corporate products. So if you've been able to tune into our previous sessions, especially session number 4, which was about our product mix, you'll see that we had a lot of suggestions for corporate products. So a few of them are employer-assisted housing. What about having a contract with an place of employment where you are their preferred real estate team, and then help all of their employees. And of course, we know there's a class in that from NAR that teaches you how to do that. What about REOs, asset management companies? As the market shifts, we're going to see more of those. Are you in a position where you're ready to do that? What about relocation services, government contracts? So these are areas that we don't often think about, but they can complete our offering line by having a more holistic product mix that we offer and not be just dependent on one area. Okay, let's see if I can turn my little transparency marker on here and draw a line here. Oh, there we go. All right, I just drew a line, a circle, a very bad circle, but I drew it around the consumer products to show you that's just 1/3 of the types of products and services that you can offer to clients. So we were talking about corporate services. So here is our capability sheet. And on the capability sheet, you can see that this is a sample of one that I use for my business when applying for government contracts, REOs, corporate accounts, and things like that. And it's one page. It has all of your contact info, your logo, a corporate overview. You're going to need to have your licenses on there, your certifications, your NAICS code, and other government codes, services that you provide. Of course, they always want references, so I put the experience and professional associations on there. And okay, Linda said, what type of government contracts? Okay, well, I can tell you a few that I bid on, and they don't always come up very often. But if you're creative, you can actually use your existing team you have in place to apply for things that might not necessarily be real estate. But Caltrans, which is our California Department of Transportation, owns a lot of real estate. They buy and sell it. Schools do. And governments are always looking for people to manage projects. One that I bid on was managing a commercial space. Okay, so the commercial space was in a downtown area. The bidding process was quite extensive, but I got to say there were only 2 companies bidding, maybe 3. Okay, so if 2 or 3 companies are bidding, what does that say? It says there's not a lot of competition. It's a great area to go for. And by the way, I learned how to do government bids and help get my capability summary sheet together from the Small Business Development Center in my local area here, and the classes were all free. So there's a great tip for everybody. But I'm going to share with you right now my sample capability summary sheet. Okay, so there you go. I'm sharing that. You can take a look at it. Of course, do not copy my, word for word. And definitely you can't use my certification numbers because those were issued to my brokerage. But you can use this as sort of a template or an idea to get you started on putting a sheet together. Because, when we're dealing one-to-one with people, we give them our resume. But now we're not an individual anymore. Now we're a company. We need something that is sort of like the equivalent of a resume, but it's for a company or a corporation. And that's your capability summary sheet. Okay, everybody got it? Woohoo! All right, keep going here. Marketing mix. And we know about the 4 P's in marketing. There's product, price, place, promotion. So we'll just review that. So your product it could be a service. So we use the word product generically, but it could be a product or it could be a service. It involves your product mix that we just went over, the way you package your products or services, and your branding. Price, on the other hand, are things like your list price, any discounts that you give, and your credit terms, which could help affect the price. For example, you decide that you're going to offer services to sellers where you remodel their house and they don't have to pay you till close of escrow because you have a finance company that's going to finance it. So those credit terms can help you with your pricing as well, because when you agree, those sellers will be a lot more likely to pay top dollar than other sellers. You have your place. That's where your things are sold, your distribution channels, your inventory. Okay, and then you have your promotion, which we're going to go over next. But your promotion are things like your advertising, your sales force, and of course, your promotional mix. So Irene says, thank you. You're welcome, Irene. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying that. This is an example here of Craig, who has an executive style limo van that he had built out. And I just love his idea. I've had this idea for a while. And my idea was to have a limo that you have for your buyers, a dedicated limo. But he went one step up. This is a limo van. You can see he has the inside retrofitted. Looks like you can sit 6 people facing each other with a table in the middle. You have your water bottle, your laptop plugins, and he has a retired military gentleman who works part-time for him and drives he and his buyers around town. So the best part is not only are you devoting time to your buyers, you're giving them that top level service, but look at that branding. Isn't that beautiful on his van? His company is called Four Walls Real Estate. So I love it. Just another great idea of marketing and branding. Okay, another idea for marketing is events. Events are great because they bring people to you. Events attract your preferred client. Now in this business, we know there are nice people we can work with or not so nice people. I'd rather work with the nice people, but how do I know that? Unless I attract those type of people with my values, my mission, my vision, and what our company stands for. And the type of clients that I want will automatically be attracted to me. So marketing events is not just a way to fill up your room with an event, but it's also an excuse to go out and contact people. People see us coming, real estate salespeople, they want to sell something. No, I don't want to sell you something. I just want to invite you to an event that's free or low cost, and here's how you can benefit from it. So here's some ideas, some regular events that I suggest your brokerage have an event at least once a month, and if not once a quarter, but regular workshops and trainings. Okay, not just for your agents, but you can open it to all agents that are in your market area, or you can do an online training and open it to agents across the US. I would probably do an in-person one because that would attract the type of agents that I would want to see at my company. You can host mega open houses, and that's a great idea where everybody in your company hosts an open house at the same time, and then you can give little prizes if they go, sort of like on a scavenger hunt from house to house and get something at each of the houses, and people can win prizes. You can make it a lot of fun. Another event is a housewarming. So housewarming is a great way to expand your sphere of influence for a few $100s as a marketing expense and be able to meet a lot of new people that are already friends with the people that trusted you enough to buy a house from you. So how awesome is that? What about a client appreciation fun family outing? You can do that quarterly. You can do that annually. And the last one is organizing community events. That's free, or you can donate to charity, or you can help a charity organize a community event. And guess what? Your company's name is out there because you're out there helping with the community event. So I hope everybody got some great ideas for events from this. Be sure and put that on your marketing sheet. Which brings us to the promotional mix. Now, the traditional promotional mix only has 4 things on it, and I updated it specifically for real estate because, a lot of marketing that we do is online now. It's digital, and that plays a much bigger part. So let's find out what the 5 items in the promotional mix are. First is advertising, which, as we know, it could be print ads, it could be TV, billboard, radio, or anything like that. Could also be online, but we'll cover a lot of that on the website section. Publicity. Now that's something we don't often think of is media coverage, but a lot of publicity is free if we only know the right sources to ask or to contact. So think about press releases. Think about your local TV station, your local radio, writing a book and doing a book signing. Those are all areas of publicity where the media coverage can be free. What are you doing that's new, different? What is your opinion about something that's going on in the news in real estate? Those are all opportunities for you. A new agent came to your company. A new staff member came to your company. Isn't that a great reason to celebrate with a press release? Of course. All right, the third one we have is personal selling. That's you going out, shaking hands at chamber meetings, doing networking. But I'd also like to have you think about extending your reach, right? Instead of you or a salesperson you hire, having affiliates. Having people who refer business to you is like your personal selling team out there working for you 24/7 nonstop because you're leveraging your time and your effort. And do you have to pay them a fee? Of course, but it's a marketing expense you would have paid anyway, and that's probably a sale you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. So think about that. And on page 2 of your activity worksheet, you're going to see some ideas, some space for you to write in and brainstorm who some affiliates would be for your company. Next, we have website and social media, which we'll be covering towards the end of today's session. And then we have lead generation, which we'll also be covering. But lead generation stands out on its own as a specific topic because it can account for a substantial amount of business for real estate brokerage. And the only thing is that it has to be set up correctly so you're not wasting your dollars. We do see some real estate agents that spend $5,000 to $50,000 per month. Yes, per month on online lead generation. So I'm not saying that that's good or bad, but it needs to be measured to determine what your return on the investment is and if that's the best use of your company dollars for marketing. Any questions? Anybody? No questions? Linda says nice. Yay. All right, we just talked about marketing. And who is your best salesperson? You are, right? Because you're out there every day. You're talking to people. You're excited about your business. You're passionate, and your passion shows through. So when you go to network at a Chamber of Commerce meeting, do you wear your realtor lapel pin and your name badge so people remember who you are and they can identify quickly and recall your name and your information when they have a need? That's something to think about. Networking is a great way to enlarge your sphere of influence, whether you go to regular networking meetings or not. I do love business to business. I love doing business with local business people and having them reciprocate, right? And think about where the buyers are. Go to where buyers are. We also have some talking points on here too. So here's some great ideas that real estate agents did. What they did is they went to social media and created a page for their city. And they manage the page. It's a community organization. And they have everybody from their area coming in. And it's a very soft sell. It's not a hard marketing, but definitely it helps you identify those people who may be looking for to move in your market area, either moving in, moving out, or just different things that are happening with the community there. All right, now we go to the next page in the workbook, which is craft your message. So what is your message? Well, it may or may not be what you think it is. We said last week, your message is not what you put out there. Your message is what others see and perceive. Your message is the sum total of all of your marketing messages. And remember, how others perceive you is their reality. So always be consistent. Be predictable. Have your message be fun and eye-catching and memorable for people, and yet still professional. And the most important thing is that you have to be persistent and consistent, because it requires a commitment over a period of time. You can't decide, okay, this month I'm going to send out this flyer, and next month I'm going to focus on that, and oh, that's not working, so now we're going to do something else, and that's not working. Now we have a new niche over here. So really is to have a master plan and be committed to that and measure the results to see how they're working, and then, adjust if it's not, or whatever is working well, rev it up. So when you're crafting your message, you can use the form provided, the message discovery form in there, and make sure you always have a call to action and customer testimonials, because it's great to say, oh, we're a fabulous company, we offer all these services, but if there's no call to action, so what? You're a great company. Nobody's going to respond. And also remember that customer testimonials are really important in our marketing message, because people that don't know us rely on that to gauge how good of a company we are. And then you're going to see the download form. I haven't shared it with you yet, so let me share it with you right now. It's called Monthly Marketing Messages. Okay, let me know if you see that form. It's called Monthly Marketing Messages. It's actually on 3 pages, but this is a little screenshot of it condensed. This is actually what I use in my business. And for each month, I would go through and make a season or holiday for that month and have colors, theme, and message that corresponds with it, but yet stays focused on our main message for that campaign, for that marketing campaign. So you can see there you have a place where you can write in each of those and offer. This is a nice little template. So just take a moment and review it. Let me know if you received it. Oh, Shakita says, got it. Okay, great. Okay, so this is the start of an awesome marketing campaign. And that's what we need to have consistency, is to have a campaign that runs from a start date to an end date, and we know what we're focused on, and all the marketing is focused on that one goal. And Tom says, got it. Okay, great. Awesome. We're going to keep going here. Oh, keywords, SEO. We talked about this a little bit last week with the branding, but it is so important, since we're online, to use those keywords, key terms. And how do you know what they are? Well, I'll tell you my little secret. I find my competitors and I research their sites, and there's actually a way to look at their meta tags behind the scenes to find out what their keywords they're using are to get found at the top of the search engines. So you should definitely find out what those keywords are for your area. Last week I said, real estate, house, home. I don't like the word realty. Consumers aren't generally searching for that word, and it's often misspelled, but they want a place to live. They want to move. They want a house. They want a home. So think about that. And then do one for your agents. What are agents looking for when they join your company? Okay. All right. So you got a worksheet there. You can go ahead and make a list. Irene says, got it. Thank you. You're welcome, Irene. Measuring metrics. How important is that? Very important. Here are some of the metrics provided by grow.com, which is a service that allows you to be able to measure your company's progress. And some of the things you can see on here that they measure, this is specifically for marketing, the cost per lead. What was your marketing spend divided by your total new leads? Here's the next one, customer lifetime value. And this is a great formula to apply to your real estate agents, because you want to know what is their churn rate, how often do they come and leave, and when they stay at your company, what kind of value do they bring as far as profitability and bottom line. So in this example, we're going to take the average monthly revenue per customer, or the gross with a gross margin times the gross margin per customer, and divide that by the monthly churn rate. Okay, so that's a little complex. It takes a little thought, but that could be a light bulb moment where you say, aha, this is what I need to know. This is what I need to know to be able to offer my agents and to be able to make sure that I'm being profitable with my business model and my commission structure that I bring in. Okay, so you're going to see a lot more things on there. We don't have time to go over them all, but I do suggest going to the grow.com site and finding out a little more. It talks about sales revenue, website traffic by channel, social media traffic and conversion rates, traffic to lead ratio, lead to customer ratio, inbound marketing ROI. So those are really important. Okay, those are actually our KPIs, key performance indicators. We just talked about those: cost per lead, traffic to lead ratio, inbound marketing ROI. And Fortune 500 companies use these kind of statistics. First, they do research. They with part of the research they conduct, they also do surveys. They compile statistics, and that's how they find out what marketing is best. It's down to a science, right? It's not just hit and miss. Oh, here's a house for sale. Oh, we want new agents, right? But it's very specific. It's very focused. And now we're going to go into talking about the lead generation funnel, which is a highly profitable area for real estate brokerages if it's done correctly. If not, it's a huge waste of money and time. So you want to start with an ad, which is your marketing. The leads generated will come to your ISA, your inside sales agent, who will qualify those leads. And then you're going to put them into some kind of a drip system where you're going to cultivate them. And when the time is right, your agents will be able to convert those to sales. So we have a little quick poll here, and our poll is, do you pay to generate leads? Let's go ahead and put our poll up. Do you pay to generate leads? Yes. A is yes. We pass along the cost to our agents. B is yes, but we absorb the cost. And C is no, we don't pay for leads. We just get organic leads. All right, we got some answers coming in already. I see A and C answers. Anybody else? Looks like we have about 14 people on right now. So I know some people are on their phone and it's a little hard, or you're driving, but oh, great. We see some more answers coming in. So far we have 20% said A, 20% said B, and 60% said C, organic leads. Okay, great. We're going to end the poll here. Good job, everybody. And Linda says pass on the cost via commission split. Okay, awesome. And that's A, answer A. And Irene said no, answer C. Okay, great. So here is a sample lead gen funnel. This is compliments of my good friend Johnny Moe, who does a lot of funnels and teaches that. Anyway, I just quickly looking at the screen, I hope everybody can see it. I know it might be kind of a small print, but the first one, it starts out with an ad type, then goes to the ad creative, your call to action, and then a landing page. And then you either capture the data and go to a pixel, or it goes to the second call to action with a deliverable. Then you put it into a CRM system. You begin a drip sequence, and then if not, you get a notification. So that's one of them. There's actually 3 of them on here. This is a really good lead gen funnel. It takes some time to think these through, but it's so worth it to be able to put it on autopilot. Speaking of autopilot, now we're going to share some tips from Lab Coat agents. Those great guys over there, Nick and Tristan, who just gave a fabulous event yesterday. And this is from their presentation called Automatic Agent. So in this one, you can see over on the left, we have the real estate CRMs. There are many out there, and the different tools that you can use to bridge those to Zapier, which is an app that helps you, pull the data in to your next spot. So here we have the systems, which is Conversion Monster, and then that goes to Agent Legend. So you can see it's not just one tool or one app, but there's a series that have to be connected. So here's an example of the workflow in action. So once you get them in the system, Conversion Monster in day 1 is going to call them twice, email them, and text them. Day number 2, after the lead comes in, they'll get 2 calls and an email. Day number 3, nothing. Day number 4 to 6, a call. Day number 7 to 9, a call. So you can see how this is set up to work automatically. And then once they respond, they go into Agent Legend for further drip. Also, FirePoint and YLopo are 2 of the tools they are using to stay on top of their leads, convert their leads, and get the highest possible return on investment. Okay, Automatic Agent. Woohoo! We love it. We've been talking about systems, how important it is to create systems that can, really systematize your business with procedures, tools, automation, or people that you've put in place to do certain things. And that's a system that stands for save yourself stress, time, energy, money. And I think 80% of what you do can be systematized. So thank you, Lab Coats, for sharing the Automatic Agent with us. You can automate your text, your email, voicemail, cards, gifts. All of those things can be put on autopilot. It starts with your systems, execution, and then automation. All right, lastly, Linda says automation is critical. Yes, I agree. If we want to stay being a mom and pop shop with 2 agents and we're doing most of the sales ourselves, it's not as important. But when we're talking about growing a brokerage and developing into an empire, having something big that we can create a revenue stream for the future, and also a legacy that will pass on long after we've retired, we definitely need to have systems in place. All right, now briefly, let's talk about social media ads, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and what is your highest converting source of online marketing? We have a little poll for you there. And the answers are A, third-party websites, B, social media, paid ads, or C, ads that drive traffic to my site. All right, so really quickly, what are your highest converting sources of online marketing, just so we can see what everybody's doing? All right, social media paid ads. I know there's some people out there with those third-party websites. We won't mention any by name, but I know there are some brokerages out there paying hefty sums every month. And then there are others who say, I don't want somebody else to be in control of my business. I want to be in control of my business, so I'm going to wean myself off of the websites and create my own ads that drive traffic to my site. So, all right, great job, everybody. Any more? We have 40% social media, 60%, which is B, 60% C, ads that drive traffic to my site. Great job. Facebook ads. Okay, a lot of us are on Facebook. It's probably how some of us met. And Facebook is not a hit or miss. There is a unique science to it that involves questions, scheduling, appointments, multiple choice, other things you can do to engage Facebook. And there's some tips on what makes a good Facebook ad, and that they are fairly inexpensive and can be set to reach your target audience. But I wanted to show this one to you. It's called Dynamic Ads of Real Estate. And what happens is when the customer goes and clicks on the ad, it actually changes based on their customer behavior. Another great thing you can do with Facebook is called remarketing. So somebody who came to one of your ads, now you change the ad and you send them another one, like a follow-up one later. Okay, so that it changes with your inventory and it keeps people engaged. So here's an example of retargeting automation. And again, this is all from Lab Code Agents. Thank you, Nick and Tristan, woohoo, for providing this awesome material. And I think you can see right there, it's sort of what we talked about before, where they go through the funnel process. Okay, so I gave my books at the beginning. I'll give you a little brief overview of them today. I recommend go out and get this book on Amazon, The CEO's Guide to Marketing, or you can also listen to it in the car, right? Listening as you drive. I call that Car University, or I should say, I have to attribute that to Zig Ziglar. We have digital marketing, which is great for small business people that want to do a lot more online marketing. 80/20 sales and marketing, which is perfect for small business owners. And then we have Do It Marketing, which is really fabulous. Do It Marketing has great ideas, 77 tried, tested ideas that you can use in marketing your real estate brokerage, and some really creative things that you can do, sort of like the guerrilla marketing concept. So great books to get on Amazon. Also, we have some resources for you. I'm going to go ahead and share these resources. So our resources are last week, we discussed how important it is to have a good domain name and email that reflect your company. And we talked a little bit about Realtown discount. Well, now I have a link for you for that discount. Let's go back up here to the chat. Okay, so there we go. I put it in the chat. Go ahead and take a look at that. And that is a link to bit.ly/Realtown Regina Brown. And that gives you the $30 off on your annual domain name and email subscription. And then we have Agentology, which is a wonderful company to help with inside sales agents. That's in addition to the others I already mentioned, Firepoint, Ylopo, Agent Legend. I use LionDesk. Okay, LionDesk is awesome as well. And then lastly, we have here Homekeeper. And Homekeeper is an email solution that sends an email out to all of your past buyers and sellers and reminds them about different things, home maintenance things they need to do, and gives them a list of your favorite vendors, such as painters, landscapers, and HVAC, and all those people. So just remember in marketing that the early bird gets the worm. And that's you. You're the early bird because you're here today listening and learning. Now, as our gift to you today, we have provided already a monthly marketing calendar, and I've already provided to you my capability summary sheet sample. So I hope you enjoy those. I hope you use those in your business to profit and to continue growing and developing your business. And today we learned about the Fortune 500 concepts without the MBA price tag. And if there are any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available. But before we go, I do want to let you know that we have something special for you, which is our Goal Achiever Daily Planners. Now, if you don't already have your copy, I got 3 of them here for you. I just have to brag a little bit on my friend Pam Ivy. I hope you can see that. She designed this really beautiful Goal Achiever. Let's see if I can take it off of the slide. Okay, there we go. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? She hand drew this. It's also on the back here too. And she also did this one, this cover, which is, we call it the up arrow. It's gray and teal and black. And we also have the geometric design, which was voted on in the LabCo Agents group as being the favorite cover. And then I have another one that I don't have here with me because my husband loved it and he borrowed it and is keeping it. So I'll have to order another one, but it's the vintage. So those are really awesome. Be sure to get yours today if you don't already have a planner. Or as a brokerage owner, what I want you to think about is getting goal achievers for each of your agents. So order a bulk quantity, and when you order a bulk quantity, you get your name, your brand, your company logo on the front of the planner. So how awesome is that to have each of your agents in your market carrying around your brand, looking at it every single day? What could be better for brand reinforcement than that, right? Okay, I'm going to go back over here for just a minute. We just got one more thing to share with you. And that is our Start Strong 2019 Turning Production into Profits of Pure Gold. And that is our secret sauce. As you can see by now, we are at week number 10. Week number 10 out of 12. And some of us may have missed the previous weeks, but don't worry, we have you covered. Linda says, thanks. You're welcome, Linda. So we have you covered. I just posted a link there where you can go to our master class and get the bundle 50% off for only $195 today. And by the way, as soon as we get these sessions and the new sessions, the price will be going up. It will probably be doubled at least. So definitely get in on it now. Take advantage of all of this training and learning. And just because it's inexpensive, don't disregard that, it could be something that could lead you to very high profitability. But once you enroll, you do need to take the time and set aside time every week to work on your business and not just in your business. So there are some of the awesome classes included. You get online access, unlimited lifetime. You get activity worksheets, bonus content, lots of resources. It's very cool, created just with you in mind. So any other questions? I'm just going back through the chat here. Linda says, I pay others to generate leads to my site. Oh, smart. Okay, wonderful. Any other questions, comments, suggestions? Thank you, everybody, for being here this week. And remember, next week we have organization development, which is teamwork, problem solving, and dealing with changes. That'll be next week. You won't want to miss it. We'll have lots of Fortune 500 concepts for you and great tips for you to grow your brokerage and be more profitable. Be the boss and dominate your market. That session will be coming up in February. And then Drive Profits to the Max will be later in the spring. And remember, we're always here for you, whether you are an aspiring brokerage owner, an existing brokerage owner, or your brokerage is doing great and you just want to rev it up. Feel free to reach out at any time. You can always reach me on Facebook, social media, call me, text, email, all of those. So thank you again for being here today for Step 10, Scale Up Your Brokerage, Marketing and Sales. And Michaela says, thank you for all your work. There's so much great information. Woohoo! Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. I work hard to put everything together for you each week. So I'm really glad if you can benefit from it, grow your brokerage, scale up, be sustainable, prepare for the changes in the market ahead, and more importantly, maximize profitability. And Shakita says, thank you. Ingrid Chavez, thank you, Regina. Awesome content. Yay. So glad everybody enjoyed it. Scale up your brokerage, blueprints to build your empire profitably. And that's it for today. So thank you, everybody. Signing off. And Tom Krause says, thank you, Regina. You're welcome, Tom. And thank you for joining us today. It was an awesome session. And keep going strong. Woohoo! Awesome. Yay, everybody. Irene says, you are outstanding, super professional. I feel very behind. Well, thank you for the kind words, Irene. And you're not behind. You're right where you need to be. And today is the first step of the next rest of your career. And you're started off on the right foot. So keep going strong. Bye, everybody.